just a question before I make my comments, just to clarify. What I'm understanding is on your agenda tonight is the creation of a use classification for firearms and ammunition sales. True or false?
We are not making a decision on a
use classification?
No, we are advising staff. That is the extent of our actions tonight.
Regarding a use classification, creating a new use classification. If you're advising staff in that regard, that's my question.
It could be. It depends on the consent of the commission.
Okay, well, it just wasn't clear from the staff report precisely what was before you tonight, so that's...
Mr. Chairman, if I can help clarify that.
Please.
There is no ordinance amendment before the commission tonight regarding this issue. There's just information, background information that was provided in response to questions that the commission previously gave to staff at a previous study session. So there's currently not an ordinance before the commission for any action tonight. So the commission will not be taking any action tonight regarding an ordinance on this issue.
And no amendment to create a new use classification on March 24th?
Not before the commission tonight.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Lack, could you also state your address and city?
Yes, Wendy Lack. I reside at 2060 Mohawk Drive in Pleasant Hill. I'm here for two reasons. I understood that you were considering creating a new use classification for firearms and ammunition sales in the city. And I advise against that. And I urge you to not move forward to that, to do so for two reasons. One is there's no need. This appears to be a solution in search of a problem. There's no crime statistic to support the need for this. There's no problems with the businesses operating at their current locations. I certainly haven't seen evidence of that. In some cases, these businesses have been there for decades. Just because you can regulate something doesn't mean you should regulate something. Just because adjacent cities have taken actions doesn't mean that that's the right thing to do for Pleasant Hill. But the second concern I have about creating that new use classification, if you consider that in the future, is the cost, the impact. There's a cost of enforcement and public relations and all those kinds of things, but it's also creating a precedent for making policy based upon political reasons rather than legitimate planning needs. And the businesses directly affected by such new rules, such as the regulations that were considered on March 22nd, really have an impact on people's lives and livelihoods. When you go to sell your business, your asset is depreciated and adversely impacted. And that's a real issue. But most importantly, I'm concerned about the impact on the economic climate in Pleasant Hill. You know, it strikes me that this city can create all the economic development committees you want, but that doesn't mitigate having a black eye with your business community. Getting a reputation as a city of being overbearing, over-regulating, inflexible, that's my concern. Because we need to nurture our businesses, attract new businesses here, and this kind of regulation, I think, takes us in the opposite direction for our long-term fiscal health of the city. So I urge you, I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to be traveling, I won't be available to be at future meetings where you might consider this. I would consider any vote to create a new use classification for firearms and ammunition sales to equate to your support of the regulations that were on your March 22nd agenda. Bifurcating the issue, creating a use class, and coming along later and putting in new regulations in place doesn't fool anybody. That looks like what the city intends to do, and I am strongly opposed to that, and I would appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.